biblical this hour is and the things that the Most High has called us to do. And many have a question about the grace of law, obedience, mandate, assignment. I believe in this hour we have to really understand that we are under a mandate. And when we look at that word mandate, it is an official order. It's an official order where we are to do something. And we understand for us, in this house, Tabernacle, on Fire, Kingdom Builders Training Center, and the Hebrew Way, it is dealing with where we are right now. To raise up the people, to pass the baton, to do the same work that our Father did. And in this hour, there is much training that has to take place. Because if not, we're going to lose a lot of our sisters and brothers. Most of them have come out of, we say, religion. They've come out of the church. They've come out of bondage. And many have been set free. So, for this house, we're under a mandate. That we have an official order. And you rarely hear us say my ministry, because it's never been mine, ours. But it's been a mandate from the Father, where He, the great I am, have given instructions to carry out. So it's an official order, and this house have to build teams. And that word team He gave us a long time ago is, and did not know we were going to be here. But team is the end time anointed ministry. So the end time anointed ministry is going to be teams. It's not going to be one person. It's going to take all of us, all of the gifts, all of the members. Because right now, we are in biblical history. And we understand that something happened 1619, 2019. And at first when we were talking about it, people were just looking up at us at the side of our head. And we knew what we heard. From 1619 to 2019, it was 400 years. And in the 400 years, he said, things were going to shift for people. And the people happen to be us. We are Hebrew Israelites. And they're talking about Fantasia, and they're talking about Ice Cube and all the others that's coming out right now and say, I know the truth and we know who we are. And they're trying to say, well, if they knew the truth, they should have been came out. No, this is the right time for them to come out. Because all of this is dealing with biblical history. We can find everything in the Word. And so one of the things that happened after the 400 years, the first thing that he said, and you go to Genesis 15, I think 15, 13, and 14, then you go to Acts 7, that's chapter 6 and 7, that that he said the first thing, he said, I'm going to deal with the land that has afflicted my people. And he said, and where they have been scattered, which is all over the world, is going to be judged. And so we kept stressing it because he had us to stress it, to tell the people, because being leaders, we have a responsibility. There is a huge responsibility to not allow the people of the Most High to go into circles and they don't know what's happening. And we have a responsibility to say, hey y'all, this is what's happening, move to the left. Or this is what's happening, come back up some. We have a responsibility to say, this is where it is, and because this is where it is, there's a responsibility that we have as a people, that you have as a people, that we have to move out. So we start talking about that the Most High was going to use us. We began to talk about we are his battle axe. We are his weapons of destruction. And this went on for a couple of months. We are his battle axe, and you're it. Don't point to yourself and say I'm it. But we're it. And so we never know how the Father is going to do anything. We're just his mouthpiece. But we didn't know that he was going to use us like that. What am I saying? We're seeing a whole world system being turned upside down. And those that were last are getting ready to be first. Many thought they would never see it in their lifetime. And so here it is, the Most High has said, I'm going to use you. So what did he do? He used people to protest. And they began to speak real loud. And they say, where time passed, we backed up. They said, we ain't backing up. But we have to know that we're still in the Bible. That anything that we're doing, because people want to know, well, I don't understand why the Father would do something like this. Then you'll be able to sit them down and say, this is where we are, and this is what happened. I told somebody, I said, well, he on a rampant. They said, what you mean? Oh, I said, it's a holy indignation. Well, I don't believe. I said, just sit down, we're going to go through the word. And when they start seeing indignation and fury and anger, and I've never seen that before. I said, because he loves us. Just real quick. Next week, we're going to start talking about obedience, the laws, commandments, because a lot of people want to know. And this is very key in this time of judgment, that we have to understand what he's requiring of us. Look what it says. Go to 2nd Ezra if you have your apocrypha. I'm going to go to 2nd Ezra first. This is going to be chapter, we'll go to chapter 15 first. And the reason why I'm going there, we're going to go all over, and I would really advise everybody to really get to see these. Because in this hour, we cannot not know. Remember in Isaiah 33:6, wisdom and knowledge is going to be the stability of our time. So they say, well, why y'all not nervous? Because we already know what's happening. You know, it's like he had us way a whole year ahead of time. So when he came and he began to move, we was like, of course we were like, whoa, but yes, we was like, yay, because he promised that after the 400 years, was slavery, when the first slaves came to the United States, 2019, 400 years, he said, the place that afflicted you, where you were scattered, I'm going to judge. But guess what else? He said, and after the judgment, you're going to have plenty of substance. You're going to have some moolah. So they're trying to give, talking about $325,000. I said, we're not starting there. So we need to start praying in that area because it's getting ready to happen. I'm thinking it's at least start at 1.5 million. At least. At least 1.5. Now this is so, because we gotta be intelligent in this hour. So if anybody come up to you and ask you anything, you gotta speak intelligently. You can't say, well, I want some Nike shoes and I want some Jordans and I'm gonna get my mama a house. No. What is it on this agenda, on this new place that the Most High has us? What is it? What about education? What about free college tuition? Miracle debt cancellation to all of the descendants of slavery.
That's a start.
Yeah, that's a real start.
That's a real start.
Those who don't have homes and never could get it. What about, hey, okay, homes? No, giving away homes. We ain't talking about down payments. That's out the door because of redlining. Because it was well known that when we got the loan, we had a whole different type of criteria to meet. It's our time. So guess what we do? We start thinking the Most High that He did not forget us. We gotta think it that He kept His promise. So he says something here in 15, and the apostle gonna read Numbers. That's where it is. Numbers. Yeah, 'cause he read this to me today, and I almost took off with wings, but I know it was gonna scare him. Because we have not read the word from a Hebraic standpoint. When we look at it, it's all about us. Look. Now look at this. We have to understand why the books was taken out. They were all in the 1611 Bible. What happened? And so right after slavery, around 18, slavery ended 63, 65, well then by 1880 something, they decided we need to take this off because it's revealing who these people are. In this hour, we gotta have wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Because it's going to be separated, divided. They're going to talk to different ones. You need to begin to thank the Father and begin to say what you want. And look bold. Look in the eye. Look and speak intelligently because it's happening. Our own neighborhoods, where we have a possible saying, what you don't just buy a house, buy the whole subdivision. I'm talking about this is just, he said, after judgment. So you mean Vietnamese who follow you all over the store, they can get it? Huh? They got anything they wanted to. The Native Americans, they were taken care of. And I'm trying to hold my tongue about the Holocaust. You told me to hold my tongue? Tell me to hold my tongue. Yes, I'm going to hold my tongue. They get paid $4 to $5 billion a year for something that really didn't happen. And the Ashkenazis and the Khazars are the very ones that stole the identity of the people. And they got paid. You better look at somebody and say, I ain't getting ready to get paid. They know, because everybody's saying the same thing. I'm not talking about us. I'm talking about other races are saying it's time they get paid. Pastor Steve, you didn't get your Native American stuff. You getting ready to get your Hebrew Israelite stuff. If you put Native American on stuff that I am so much Native American, you're going to get a check. Pastor Steve, you haven't got your check, you might want retroactive. Okay, listen. Then we don't go. He's talking, you got to go home and read this 15, because he's talking to us. And he's talking to the places where we were scattered. And he's talking about the last days. And he's talking about recompense. And he's talking about what he's going to do. He's talking about the believers and unbelievers. And then he goes on to say, Babylon, and they shall go on steadily to Babylon, and shall destroy her. 43. And they shall come to her and surround her, and they shall pour out the tempest and all his wrath upon her. And then the dust and smoke shall go up to heaven, and all who are about her shall well over her. And those who survive shall serve those who have destroyed her. And you, Asia, who share in the glamour of Babylon and the glory of her person, woe to you, miserable. He just called them a name. Did you see that? For you have made yourself like her, and you have decked out your daughters in idolatry to please and glory in your others, who have always lusted after you. I'm going to go to 50. And the glory of your power shall wither like a flower, and when the heat rises that is sent upon you, you shall be weakened like a wretched woman who is beaten and wounded, so that you cannot receive your mighty lovers. Would I have dealt with you so violently, says Elohim? This is the scripture I'm getting to, 53. If you had not always killed my chosen people. Do y'all see that? Who are the chosen ones? I heard one person.
We are.
Who's the chosen? Well, right about now, everybody wants to be the chosen one anyway.
They are.
Yeah. Yeah, the chosen ones. Beautiful queen. I mean, you got people going to get their DNA just to check, say that I'm trying to see if I'm in that number. Look what it says. If you had not always killed my chosen people, this killing has been going on for over 400 years. And it's not funny anymore. It wasn't funny then. So we have a modern day lynching on television. What you call this? The phone. Film it. Get off here and stop. wait a minute, he can't breathe. What are you doing? Get off of him. And because that's character. He said, if you had not always killed my chosen people, exalting and clapping your hands and talking about their death when you were drunk. They would have lynching parties, picnics. Everybody would go to church. And after church, they will spread their picnic baskets and they would have a lynching. So what we saw is the characteristics of that which was during slavery. That was nothing. That's why he had no remorse. And so we're seeing it. When you study, they are barbaric, they drink blood, they do all kinds of things. He said here, and you clap your hands and you talk about their death when you are drunk. Trick out the beauty of your face. The reward of a harlot is in your bosom. Therefore you shall receive what? Your recompense. And as you will do to my chosen people, says Elohim, so Yah will do to you and will hand you over to your adversaries. That's why we don't have to do the looting and whatever. We don't have to do any of that. If you want to quietly protest peacefully. Because he's going to use you as the battle axe. You're it. He calls on our voices to be heard. Because our voices were heard in the heavens. That's what the word said. We're not going to go into that deeply today. But that's what it said. I heard you. When you were slain in the streets, I heard you. I heard you. And so Apostle, he's going to do that, and that's just it. I just want to encourage everybody to keep looking. He said, look, we're safe. We good. I want you to read Jeremiah 30, and I want you to read Jeremiah 31. He said, we are good. I want you to read all Zechariah, because this is where we are. And you'll be able to help somebody else because you're it. Jeremiah, I'm trying to go there real quick. Jeremiah 51. I also want you to read Isaiah 60, because that is where we are. Let's see. All of Jeremiah 51 is going to talk about, it's a very long chapter. You need to take notes. It's going to talk about Babylon. Babylon is important to us because he has a lot to say about it in the end times, but we have to know what's up. Verse 20. For you are my battle axe and weapons of war. With you I will break the nation in pieces. With you I will destroy kingdoms. And being, what's his name, George Floyd, guess what happened? That was the tipping point. They thought everything was the same, didn't know it was already in judgment. Judgment started August of last year. Earthquakes, floods, and all kinds of stuff have been happening. And guess what? Now we have coronavirus, which is a plague. Pestilence. They're not talking about the famine. Because in famine, we prosper. Yes. Right now, we are not, right now we are prospering. Yes. In the midst of famine. You got to have that attitude, but you got to have that knowledge. Because right now, when you like, okay, wait a minute, some lack is sufficient. Oh no, that ain't right there. Because during the time of famine, I prosper. Yes. Go to, let's stay where you are. But that's Psalm 37, verse, what verse is that? 19. Our righteousness is going to be our safekeeper. That's in Ezekiel 14. It's going to be according to your righteousness. When I say, okay, but you're going to break in pieces the horse and his rider. Look, but you will break in pieces the chariot and his rider. Which you also will break in pieces man and woman. Which you all will break in pieces the old and young. Which you all will break in pieces the young man and the maiden. Which you also will break in pieces the shepherd and his flock. Which you all will break in pieces the farmer and his yoke of oxen. And with you I will break in pieces governors and rulers. That's what's happening right now. They don't know what to do. Creating laws, overturning laws with you. We are his battle axe. Let your voice be heard. We're not a hate group. We're the most loving people. We get on that. We forgive everybody. That's daddy that's taking care of business. That's not. We just said stop. Enough is enough. That's because he said it. He said it just a few minutes ago. Oh, okay, then you kept killing my children. And then when you got drunk, you talked about their deaths. He said, but what you've done to them, I'm getting ready to do to you. Look what, and then you go to Jeremiah 30, he says it again. You did it to them, I'm going to do it to you. And guess what? They know. They know. They know in a major way. That's why right now it's fear and trembling. Because everything is upside down. But with us, everything is right side up. Because it should have never been a distinction. Ever. But he read something today in Numbers. And in Numbers, we have to realize he was talking to Balaam. And Balak kept trying to curse the children of Israel. And he turned around and said, look, I can't curse something that's already blessed. They can't go out there and curse them. He said, I can't do it. And then he tried to do it, it didn't work. Because the Most High made a covenant with us, and that's what we're going to talk about next week, covenant, so we can draw the people in so they can understand. Because they want to understand. He said, wait a minute, he got a covenant with them.
was just looking at the scriptures and I don't know where to start. Maybe chapter 23, because this is in the middle. And so, I'm going to start chapter 23, verse 1. And Balaam said to Balak, build your altar, build 7 altars for me here, and prepare 7 bulls and 7 rams here. And Balak did as Balaam had spoken. And Balaam offered a bull and a ram at the altar. And
Balak was the what? King?
Balak was the king. And Balaam said to Balak, station yourself here, station yourself by the burnt offering, and I will go, and it will be and it will be that Yahuwah will come and meet me, and I will declare to you the things which he revealed unto me. And he said, and he went on a high place, and Elohim came to Balaam, and he said to him, I have set seven altars, and I have offered a bull and a ram on the altar. And Yahuwah put a word in Balaam's mouth, and he said, return to Balak. And he said this. And he returned to him, and lo, he was standing by his burnt offering, and he and all the leaders of Moab. And he took his parable and said, and he has led me from Aram, Balak. He had led me from Aram, Balak the king of Moab, and from the mountain of the east, saying, come, curse Jacob for me. Come, rage at Israel. That's what the point is right here.
And New King James it said, and come and denounce Israel.
Right. And how shall I curse, or how shall I curse whom El has not cursed? Or how shall I rage at him whom Elohim hath not raged? For from the top of the rock I see him, and behold, from the heights, behold, it is the people that shall dwell alone and not reckon among the nations. And I thought that was very significant right there. Verse 10. And who can count Jacob's dust and number the fourth part of Israel? Let me die the death of the righteous, and let my last end be like his. And Balak said to Balaam, what have you done? What have you done to me? I took you to curse my enemies, and lo, you have surely blessed them.
That's what did happen.
Okay. Verse 12. And he replied and said, must not I take heed to speak what Elohim has put in your mouth? And Balaam said to him, now come with me to another place where you will see, only you will see the edge, and you shall not see all of it, and curse it for me there. Verse 14. And he took him to the field of Zaphim on the top of Piggraf, and built a 7th altar, and offered a bull and a ram on the altar. And he said unto Balak, station yourself by the burnt offering, while I go and meet him over there. And Yahuwah met Balak, and put a word in his mouth, and said, return to Balak, and say this. And he came to him, and lo, he stood by the burnt offering, and Moab's chief with him. And he said to him, what have Yahuwah spoken? And he took up his parable and said, rise up, Balak, and hear the ear to me, the son of Beor. Verse 19. And Elohim is not a man that he should lie, or the son of man that he should repent. Has he said it, and he surely will do it? Will he not do it? And he has spoken, and he will not make it good. Behold, I receive a word to bless. Yes, he blessed and cannot be cursed.
And mine says reverse it. This scripture is very, very key. We have utilized that, of course, and the Most High is not a man that he should lie. But he was talking about us as a people.
Now this is the part that really gets me. Verse 21. He has seen no iniquity in Jacob, nor has he seen any mischief in Israel. Yahuwah, his Elohim, is with him, and the shout of a king is in him. Elohim, who brought him out of Egypt, is for him like the lofty horns of a wild ox. For is not a spell against Jacob, nor any fortune telling against Israel. Now it is said that Jacob and Israel see what Elohim has done. Behold, the people shall rise up like a lion, like a lioness and like a lion, and he shall lift himself up, and he shall not lie down until he eat the prey and drink the blood of the slain. Verse 25. And Balak said to Balaam, do not curse it at all, nor bless it at all.
You say, okay, forget it. Don't curse him and don't bless him. Forget it. Because every time you open your mouth, you trying to bless him. So now the king saying, forget it. Just don't bless him and don't curse him.
Verse 26. And Balaam answered and said, Balak, did I not speak to you, saying that all that who speaks that I will do? And Balak said to Balaam, come, please, and I will take you to another place, and it may be that will be right in the eyes of Elohim to curse it for me from there. And Balak took Balaam to the top of Peor, which looked toward the wilderness. And Balaam said to Balak, build you 7 altars for me here, and prepare 7 bulls and 7 rams for me here. And Balak did as Balaam said, and he offered a bull and a ram on the altar. Verse 24. And Balaam saw that it was pleasing to Yahuwah to bless Israel, and he did not go. He did not go as the other times to seek spells. And he set his face toward the wilderness. And Balaam lifted up his eyes and saw Israel coming by its tribes, and by the Ruach of Elohim was on him. And he took up his parable and said, the sayings of Balaam the son of Beor, and the sayings of a man whose eyes have been opened, the sayings of him who hears the words of Elohim, who sees the visions of the Almighty, El Shaddai, fallen down, yet with eyes open. How good are the tent of old Jacob, your dwelling, O Israel. And they spread out the valley like the gardens by the river, and Yahuwah has planted aloes as cedars beside the waters. Verse 7. And he took water flow from his bucket and spread his seed. His seed shall be in many waters. His king shall be higher than Agag, and his kingdom exalted. Elohim, who have brought him out of Egypt, is for him like the lofty horns of a wild ox. And he shall eat up the nations that are his foes, and shall break the bones in pieces and pierce them through with his arrows. And his crouch, he has crouched, and his loins down like a lion, and like a lioness who shall rouse him up. Blessed is everyone that blesses you,
the end times,
and curses everyone that curses you. And Balak's anger glowed against Balaam, and he struck his hand together. And Balak said to Balaam, I called you to curse my enemies, and behold, you have altogether blessed them with these things 3 times. You have blessed them 3 times. And now, flee to your place. And I said to honor you with great riches, but behold, Yahuwah has kept you back from your honor. See that? Verse 12. And Balaam said to Balak, did I not speak to your messengers that you are sent to me, saying, If Balak would give me a house full of silver and gold, how can I go beyond the mouth of Yahuwah to do good or bad of my own heart? And what Yahuwah speaks, that I will speak. And now, behold, I go to my people, come, and I will counsel you what the people shall do to your people in the latter days.
Y'all see that?
See that?
See, we're still dealing with the latter days, and we can stop right there.
Oh no, wait, let's go on a little bit further down.
Okay.
Because, and then verse 15, because it gets real sticky here, it says, and he took up a parable and said, the saying of Balaam the son of Beor, and the saying of the man whose eyes are open, the saying of him who hears the words of El,
This is the end time.
and he knowing the knowledge of the Most High, who sees the vision of the Almighty El Shaddai, falling down yet with his eyes open. And I see him, but not now. I shall behold him and not hear. A star leave from out of Jacob, and a scepter shall rise up out of Israel, and shall dash the corner of Moab, and break all the sons of Tabor. Who has the scepter? Yeah. So when I saw that, I thought to myself, wow, you know. So, they took on one go here. And Eden shall be possession of Seir, and a possession for his foes, but Israel shall do mightily. And one out of Jacob shall rise and will destroy the survivors from earth. And he shall look upon Amalek and take up his parable and say, Amalek was the first of the nations, but his latter end is to destruction forever.
This is good reading. You need to read it one more time, because he's dealing with us. And he's speaking to us again concerning the latter days. Go through your concordance, find out latter days, end times, days to come, and you will begin to really see the full picture of what the Father is doing. And he's doing great mighty things. And we should be appreciative that we are able to see. But the good part is he's doing what he said he's going to do. The other good part, he's not finished. So we need to be ever aware that there's more to come. Oh yeah.
It's very important that when you pray, when he tells you what to do, believe it. Because if you don't believe what he tells you what to do, you're not going to understand. You're not going to be in sync with him. But if he tells you what to do and you believe it, you're going to sit down and you're going to begin to view what he's doing right in front of your eyes. So the scriptures that he gives you, so take the journey. So when you begin to read, he's going to take you out of this atmosphere into this page, into what's going on. And you begin to see all of what's going on. But not just that, you're going to start picking up blessings here, gifts here, doing with your journey as you're going on. Why? Because you're being obedient to what he's telling you to do. And when you get ready to begin to exonerate or begin to speak or to speak to the atmosphere, it's going to become easy. Why? Because the journey that you took here will become the journey that you're taking here. What am I saying? The Ruach HaKodesh is more than just going into the book, but the obedience is what he's looking for. When you start obeying what he's telling you to do, you're going to start feeling more things that's around you. I can't even tell you. It's like more gifts that you have. They said that your mind only operates out of 10%. The other 90% is for the Ruach, the Spirit. So now the more we give into the Spirit, the more we begin to have more what he wants us to have. So when you take the journey, you're gaining the knowledge and you're gaining favor with the Most High Yah. Inside of the Spirit is always Ruach. It says in Romans 8, it said when you get off the milk with the Ruach and you now going Ruach to Ruach. How How good does it feel when he removed the plant of uprightness, and when he tells you something and you speak, and it ricochets and comes back with the substance of what he said? How good would that be? Would that be enough to make you want to enhance yourself more? Because it did for me. So what he's doing now, he's allowing us to echo in the Ruach and come back with substance. That's what he's doing. He is doing that unto us. Why? Because we must get to know how the Ruach works on the other side. Instead of just sound, oh, you know what, man, that sounds crazy. No, it ain't. It is hitting on that part where you dwell in. We think we dwell on this side, but really what we dwell is the side that cannot see. That's the place where we dwell. But the more we think about it, the more we understand that the Most High don't dwell in time, so he can go wherever he wants to in place, because time is not consuming him. So we are made in his image, and all we have to do is speak to time and make it stop. See, we have to begin to call those things not as though they are. Because why? Because this is the time that we are to do what he's telling. Because when the glory cloud comes in, it ain't going to look for the dog and the cat on the tree. It's coming after that who he made. Remember what he told Adam? He said, Adam has become like us. So now we are immortal, living here, but we're just passing through. There's a lot of meat on that bone, so we must have to grab all that we have to learn all what we have. And I would just say, don't just learn it, work on it. Test your anointing. Begin to move out. Begin to see what he's saying to you. Begin to operate in that place. Because all we're doing is not doing nothing. If he puts something on our plate and he sees that we're taking it off the table, then he'll put more on the table. But if we don't take nothing off the table, how are you going to know how much you're anointed? How are you going to know the limitations of what you have when you haven't even tested it? See, now is the time that we have to test everything he's given, because he's testing us. He's going to test you everything, what you're doing.
And that's how the Antichrist is going to rise up.
Yeah.
Because we got to be that sensitive in our Ruach, because the Antichrist is going to come forth doing signs, wonders, and miracles. It's going to look just like you and I. He's going to speak. And so with that, because we are in the last days and he will be coming up soon, we have to be able to discern. And so we have to begin to operate in that dimension, be able to ascend, to be able to pull out. Because in days ahead, we might not even have Bibles. We might not, you know what, we need to go get a scripture. No, we need to hide that word in our hearts now and be able to ascend when we need to ascend, to be able to translate when we need to translate, to be able to move in the things of the Most High Yah. We have to begin to operate at a level of faith, not begging, not pleading, no, this is the time we have to know what our will is.
Hallelujah.
What his will. What I mean by his will. What is his covenant with us? If someone left your will, why are you begging for the stuff that already belongs to you? So you have to decree, you have to declare, you have to call forth, you have to know what is in your atmosphere. And some things you're not supposed to be, especially in this hour, to tolerate anything that's not like the Most High. Because if he is in our midst, and he is, we need to begin to operate the rules that governs the kingdom. Know that angels are here to help us. We're not by ourselves. Get control of our thinking, because our thinking is going to put us in a place of murmuring and complaining, because out of this, we're talking about only a few is going to make it. It's not going to be, and we're going to pick that up next week. Through the laws and command, only a few is going to make it. So in this area, in this time, it is a serious time, because you're going to be dealing with the Antichrist in a minute. You know, are you going to take the vaccine? Are you going to take the mark of the beast? It's going to take a whole bunch of things that you are going to have. He read, be strong as an ox. I'm telling you, but it's not in our own flesh is going to be through a supernatural understanding of how that dimension works. Because right about now, it's a lot of chaos, it's a lot of this going on. You got coronavirus out here, you got another virus that just says worse than coronavirus. You have all kind of stuff going on. We got to eat right, we got to do dietary laws. We got to understand, what are the natural herbs that is going to protect us, because we already are resilient people and we're strong people. But then there are things that we have to do. We have to do.
I don't really know who you are. I'm gonna say this here verse and we'll be done. I thought this is very promising. I'm just read this right quick, and this is found in 2nd Ezra chapter 6, verse 31. If therefore you will pray again and fast 7 more days, I will declare to you greater things than these, because your voice has been surely heard from the Most High. For the Mighty One has seen your uprightness and has observed your purity which you have maintained from your youth. Therefore he sent me to show you all these things and say to you, believe and do not be afraid. And do not be quick to think vain thoughts concerning the former time, lest you be hasty during the last time. I thought that was great in significance, because when the Most High comes back, he comes for the purity that has been maintained inside of you. Although you see yourself, but he sees something else in you. Peace and blessings.
You understand? My sister wrote a book, and I want you to come and talk about your book. And as she comes in 2nd Ezra, write this down. 2nd Ezra, verse 27 and 28 and 29, 30 and 31. It says, do not be anxious for when the day of tribulation and anguish comes. Others shall weep and be sorrowful when the time of tribulation, but you shall rejoice and have abundance. We shall what? Rejoice and what? Have abundance. He said, the nations shall envy you, but they shall not be able to do anything against you, says Elohim. My hands will cover you. Now check this out, that your sons may not see hell. Y'all see that? He's covering our boys, our sons. Rejoice, O mother, with your sons, because I will deliver you, says Elohim. Because we came out of a time that we had to turn around and tell our sons, look, this is how it is. This is what you got to do. When they talk to you, pull you over. Don't do nothing hasty. But he said, rejoice, O mother, with your son, because I will deliver you. He's heard the cries of the mothers. Remember your sons that sleep, because I will bring them out of the hiding places of the earth and will show mercy to them, for I am merciful, says Elohim. Embrace your children until I come and proclaim mercy to them. That's what we have to do, proclaim mercy to our children, because my springs run over and my grace will not fail. That is in 2nd Ezra chapter 2, verse 27 through 32. It's a good read. It's a good something that you can confess. It's also a promise and a covenant.
Hallelujah.
Isn't that good? 2nd Ezra. All right. Pastor Pam, when she gets through, let's give her a hand, because it takes a lot to write a book.
Thank you. Good evening. As the pastor was saying earlier, during this time, during the pandemic, I've been able to do a lot of things that I could not do financially. And it has been a definite turnover, wealth transfer and turnover in my life. I wasn't able to finish the book that God had given me years back until the pandemic came. And also, a lot of confirmation came forward for me concerning studying. On the 7th, God asked me to start studying Ezekiel, the book of Ezekiel. and to finish it. Don't try to figure it out. Just study it every day. And also every day to pray and decree and declare the survival of the remnant. So it has been a lot of confirmation for me concerning these days, these end time days. And everything has been confirmation. But this book was a memoir of when I was a little girl. I always knew I was going to write something because I always journaled. I always kept journals, and I was sort of like a lonely child because I was the oldest, and I had two younger brothers that were much younger than me. So I spent a lot of time alone just writing. But also it's a book that tells of generational curses that a lot of us deal with that we're not willing to talk about, we're not willing to share, but we also want to talk about Christ. And so God was letting me know that if we're not able to talk about ourselves, if we're not able to talk about what He's brought us out of, then how can we proclaim the gospel? Because the gospel is about us. It's about people that were redeemed from past that were not good past, and none of us have a good past. We all have a past. And I just want to maybe encourage, this is a great book for young people that feel they can't talk to anyone about what's going on in their lives. I couldn't talk to anyone. I didn't have anyone. All I could do was put it on paper. So I put it on paper, and God helped me to bring it about for the body at this time. Thank you.
Definitely. How much is it?
It's $14.99, and it's also on Amazon.
Okay,
Also
awesome.
on Amazon.
Let's support our own, and because that's what we want to do. We want to support our own, and so we want to get a couple of books from you, Apostle and I, and so we can bless somebody with them, and you all, take the books. And also, we need to know more and more of our Black-owned businesses, so we can begin to support our Black-owned businesses. And because guess what, we're producing some great products.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Yes. And I have been supporting Black businesses during this pandemic.
Yeah.
I haven't had this much money to really deal with when I was working. So I know definitely God is blessing His people at this time.
Across the
Even
board.
this time.
Well, he said we would not suffer. That is a promise across the board. And everybody I talk to, they are prospering.
Yes.
And that's his promise. And we ain't seen that yet. So y'all be praying. Don't take the first thing they give. So let's start off with 1.5 million. And let's make sure we don't do no 325,000. And that is no money. Miracle debt cancellation across the board. That's gonna help ease the pain on this side. And so, what else? Education. Let's write down, set it before the Father, because it's getting ready to happen. And let's support our authors.
Thank you.
Yay. It's some creativity in here, so y'all be sitting on it. Because as a matter of fact, right now, it's a lot of creativity in us. Hey.
I just want to share a dream I shared to Mr. Brown that I had on Monday morning. And in the dream, it was very short, but I heard gentrification and that a lot of African Americans were going to get homes, houses, and money. And I heard 40 acres in the mule.
Hallelujah!
Yeah. Come on, y'all. Let's hear it. Let's hear a confirmation. I said I didn't want to mule, and I said that to myself, but I was talking to Dad. I said, I don't need to mule. But anybody who don't want that mule, y'all can get a mule. But anyway, I think I want the mule. I do want the mule just for, just have some to say, this is the mule. But anyway, it's coming. It is time. Everybody know it, and they're trying to figure out how to do it. Let's pray for our legislatures, and the law that is going to pass. And the good part of it is, I'm grateful. And I'm thankful. Let's love on the Most High like never before. That He didn't forget us, and let's do His will and His good pleasure.
I'm thankful for this house and its teachings. And I want to release this prayer of protection that the Father gave me yesterday. And it says, your word declares that except you, Most High, keep the city, the watchman watches in vain. So, Father, we thank you that you have given your angels charge over us to watch over, keep, and protect us from all hurt, harm, and danger. And we stand in agreement with your word and declare that because Kingdom Builders Tabernacle on Fire Ministry dwells in the secret place of you, Most High, that this ministry, its leaders and staffs, as well as the sanctuary and congregants, are protected under your shadow. So we understand that to mean the Kingdom Builders Tabernacle on Fire Ministry and everyone connected to it is protected from the snares of the enemy. Therefore, we boldly declare that no acts of violence or terroristic attacks can come within 1,000 feet of this sanctuary or the dwelling places of its congregants. And because your word declares that we can decree a thing and it shall be established unto us, we decree that every plot, plan, and scheme of the enemy directed toward the Kingdom Builders Tabernacle on Fire Ministry, its leaders, staff, and congregants is now nullified and void. And we further decree that every word cursed against this ministry is being reversed and returned to sender as it is being annihilated and destroyed by the fire of the Ruach HaKodesh. We decree that there is no more hindrance to the people you, Most High, have chosen to be a part of this ministry. So we say to the north, give them up. And we say to the south, give them up. We say to the east, give them up. And we say to the west, give them up. Give them up. We decree a hedge of protection surrounds them like a shield of favor as they come in and take their post. And in the name of Yeshua HaMashiach, under the power of agreement and in the power of now, we decree it is so as we seal it in the fire of the Ruach HaKodesh.